Hey guys, it's me Elizabeth. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing our January TBR video. This is going to be a little hectic, a little crazy. I am going to do the Harry TBR tour. I don't remember where I left off in the last video for that one, so I'm going to have to look at that. As for books from my December TBR that I read in December, let's just say it might be a total of 0. I can't remember every single book I had on that TBR, but I definitely had Lord of Chaos, and a few other books that I didn't touch. I did, however, end up reading 4 of the Red Rising books, so I did read some. It's currently, December 29th, so there's a few more days left in December. I'm going to try and attempt to listen to as much of the Lord of Chaos audiobook as possible between today, tomorrow, and Saturday, because today is Thursday. I work later. It's not usual that I work on Thursdays, but I have to work a little bit today, sadly. But I'm going to start listening to Lord of Chaos tonight, when I work, whatever, and then listen to it tomorrow and Saturday, and I just want to see how much of it I can listen to within 3 days. If you have the time, because I listen to it at 2 times speed, it's about 20-ish hours long. As for other things, I have other factors that are going into this TBR. So not only are we doing the TBR tour, and this is going to kind of span for the whole entire year. We're going to be doing the TBR tour every month, and then we're going to be doing the Read Your Shelf Challenge done by Chantel Reads All Day, and I'm following the Ella Montgomery side. In her video, she has, different prompts that follow an Ella Montgomery side or Arthur Conan Doyle side. Of course, I went for Montgomery because I had to, but in saying that, that does make the first prompt the hardest. I mean, it would have been hard either way, but for the first prompt, you have to pick a book with a cat on the cover. And this prompt can also fit like a house cat or an actual cat, so a lion, a tiger, something like that. So this is extremely hard. I did pick a book out that was about C.S. Lewis, and it had a lion on the cover, but I have no idea what I did with that book. It just disappeared on me. I have another book with a lion on the cover, but it's called The Companion to Narnia, which means probably involves rereading Narnia to read that, and it's just a whole thing, so that's not happening. As far as picking a book, she said you can pick a book that you know has an alternate cover with a cat or a dog or whatever, whichever prompt you chose, that has the animal on the cover of, but there's a different version of this book that has an animal on the cover. So I have an option for that if I need to, but I want to look around my books a little bit more and see if there's something that I can construe as a cat, because I don't have very many books with animals on the cover, and if I do, it's not going to be a cat because I don't like cats. So we'll see what I can find. The other thing I'm going to be doing, hopefully, we'll see how well if I actually read the books, but I wrapped a bunch of books in newspaper. There's a few titles in there that I think are really interesting. I don't remember what I wrapped anymore, so I might have accidentally, maybe I accidentally wrapped the C.S. Lewis book with a lion on the cover. I don't know. But either way, every month I'm going to unwrap one of the books, and I have to read it that month. And I think I'm going to challenge myself. I have to read it that month, or I have to get rid of the book if I didn't read it that month. That's a good idea. And that's all in line with me trying to read the books that are on my shelf. So I am going to do the Harry TBR tour as well. We're going to probably just do a couple less books because I'm doing these other 2 challenges. And eventually I'm going to attempt to do a Dickens sort of challenge. Maybe I'll end up reading it or attempting to read or continue reading a Dickens book every month. Basically, I'm not going to read a single Dickens book every month, but I'm going to be reading Dickens every month, or I'm going to try to. I might forego that in January and wait till I get these cards that I made. I made cards specifically for that challenge, and I want to wait till those cards come in to start that challenge. And I want to give myself a little bit of a break in January from reading something giant like that. But in saying that, with the Dickens challenge, I'm not going to be reading one single book every month because some of his books are really long and they take me a little longer to read. And so I will start a book, hopefully in February, and then whenever I finish that, the next month, I will do the next Dickens book, and goes like that instead of reading one single book every month, because that would be way too crazy and I would not be able to do that. So let's just get into the actual TBR. I got with number 9, and actually this is a really small short book, which is kind of awesome, but I also have to tell you, I have no clue what's in here. I know I just wrapped all of these like a couple weeks ago or something, but I don't really remember what any of the books. I think I know what, like, I know like one or two, like I know what a couple of them are, but I don't remember really what any of these books are because I haven't really been thinking about these at all. And I specifically put books in the wrapped books that were books that I wasn't dying to read, so that it would force me to read the ones I'm not dying to read. But I also forced myself to put a couple I was dying to read, so that it would force myself to actually pick these books. So I actually don't remember what most of these books are, even the ones that I was dying to read. I don't remember what I put in there, so we'll just have to see what I put in here. Oh, this is totally random. This is actually kind of perfect for I need to read it in this month or get rid of it, because who knows when I would have gotten to this book. This is a book I thrifted not that long ago. This is Blue Like Jazz by Donald Miller. I have this book because Steve Taylor, which is an artist that I love, made a movie based off of this book years ago, and when I found this at the thrift store, I was like, I should get that and read it. So I like the movie. I think the movie's really good, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna love the book, because I feel like this type of thing isn't something that I'm gonna love to read about. Like, I liked watching it in the movie, but I don't know if I'll love reading it as much. But I do have it, and this is a perfect time to read it or get rid of it. So, this book is about Donald Miller, the author, and it's like a Christian-based book, so we'll see if I enjoy the book itself. I like the movie, but I don't know if I'll like reading it in book form or not. I don't know. I still need to pick my book for the Read Your Shelf Challenge. My option that I have, unless I find something else that has an actual cat on it, is to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Technically, that would be a reread because I read it as a child. But I have a book from Barnes & Noble that has Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Lewis Carroll's other works. So there's a bunch of other stuff that I've never read by him in it. But I know that Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, I know there's a copy that has a cat on it, because obviously Alice's Adventure in Wonderland has the Cheshire Cat. So I'm thinking something like that. I will look around at my other books to see if I can find something else that would work better. But for now, that is my option in my brain that I have. Now let's get into the actual TBR tour. Let's pull out the board and start playing the game. I think I usually do about 6 books, so I guess we'll do like 4 or 5, because we already have 2 books. And I probably won't read all of these books, but I like to have options. According to my research, I'm on this space. I thought I was further than this. I thought I played another round, but I guess I never did that, or I never uploaded it if I did. So we're just gonna start on this space. I don't know. 2. Let's see what we get. Hogwarts Express. Read a book that has won or been nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards. What? That's probably not possible. Okay, so after doing a little bit of research, I found a book that I own. It's on the Goodreads Choice Awards. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrian Young. This is also like relatively new book that I got relatively recently, so we'll see if I enjoy this or not. But I was just looking up fantasy books from the Goodreads Choice Awards because I figured that it's the only thing on the Goodreads Choice Awards worth reading. They probably have other books categories on there, but it wouldn't be something I own. Let's roll the dice. 1, 2. Another blank space. Another card. Let's see. Rowena, read a book written by a female author. Yes! So excited. We're gonna finally delve into Robin Hobb. We're gonna read these after the credits. I'm so glad that was a choice because I've been dying to read the Farseer trilogy and Robin Hobb anything forever now. Everyone just keeps talking about this and how amazing it is, and I want to read it. I want to know about Fitz. Like, yes, please. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I'm so glad that prompt worked out for putting this on my TBR because now it's on my TBR. There's a good chance if I'm going to read anything from my TBR that I'll read this one. Let's hope. So I'm so excited. I want to read this. 7. Ooh, that's a big one. Another blank space. Weird Sisters. Read something that's between 350, 370 pages whilst listening to music. I'm gonna have to remember this when I read the book. Well, okay, this is exciting. I decided to pick Warrior of the Altai by Robert Jordan. This is a random book by Robert Jordan that's not in the Wheel of Time series, and it's exactly 350 pages, so I mean, this works, and I can listen to music while I do this. I'll probably listen to either my writing playlist or some sort of fantasy inspired music. So far we're shaping up to have a giant fantasy TBR and like nothing else, so that's definitely very interesting. We have got 4. We're on to square number 3. Let's see what we got here. Nearly Headley Nick. Read a supernatural story. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think this is gonna work. Let me just double think in my brain if I have any books that could vaguely fit this theme. But I don't think this is going to work because I don't own any books that are like this. I don't read supernatural type books. At this stage in life, I couldn't think of anything from my current physical TBR. So we're picking a different card. Devil's Snare. Read a sweet classic. That's good. We got some diversity now. We got some classics put in here. What should I read? Alright, for a sweet classic, I decided to go with Louisa May Alcott, and we're going to go with The 8 Cousins. Technically, I should probably read Little Women because I started that back in November or something, but this will be like a nice short read. It's not as long as Little Women, and I've never actually fully read this book. I started reading it one time and didn't finish it, so Little Women would be more of like a reread. This is not, so we're going to add that. And we're going to do one more book. 7. That's a big number. I got the Slytherin locket. Wait, what the heck? So I landed on the Slytherin locket. I still need to figure out exactly what each space with an image means because I forgot what the Slytherin locket is for, and I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't. So I still need to figure out the rules exactly, especially since my game is based off of someone else's game, but it's different themed. It's not themed after Avatar, themed after Harry Potter. So for now, I'm just going to draw a card, but it did mean something, so there's that. We have Forest of Dean, trees on the cover. The Making of June Farrow would have worked perfectly for this because there's definitely some trees on the cover of that one. This one actually has trees on the cover as well. So those could have worked, but I gotta pick something that has some trees on the cover. And I'm seeing something right now actually, but I'm not gonna pick it because it's a book that I have already chosen for December, and I might try and finish it in December. So let me pick something else. So for this one, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna choose this book. This is actually a bunch of poems and scribblings written by my mother, and I did start reading this a couple days ago when I got it for Christmas. But there's trees on the cover, and I want to finish this in January, so I'm going to count this towards that prompt, even though this isn't an actual published work. It is a professionally printed book, so I am going to count this one so that I can finish it. I already read like half of it, so it'll be like a super quick read. So a quick recap on the January TBR. None of these are very wintry January reads because, I mean, one of them might be, but I really don't have a lot of books like that, or if I do, I don't care really that much about reading wintry books when it's winter. Like, I'm just going to read the books I want to read. So first we have Blue Like Jazz by Donna Miller. This was the pick for the unwrapping of the newspaper books. And then we have A Liturgy of Life by my mother, which was the prompt for trees on the cover. And then we have Eight Cousins by Louisa May Alcott, which was for Reading a Sweet Classic. And this one's kind of wintry because, you know, she's ice skating in the snow and it's winter time on the cover. So that one's kind of wintry. And then we have Warrior of the Altai by Robert Jordan, which was for the prompt read something that's between 350 through 370 pages. And then we have The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb for reading a book written by a female author. And then we also have The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. Read a book that has won or been nominated for a Goodreads Choice Awards. And that is my TBR. I will be picking a book with a cat on the cover. Eventually, it may be Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, or it may be something else. I haven't entirely decided that just yet. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below, all of that. And if you're into history, social, fashion, and starting, check my other channel linked below. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you have your own fun reading adventures. Bye. It's later me. I have a little bit of a TBR update. The cards that I was talking about for the Dickens challenge just came in today, quite literally, so I can actually essentially do this challenge in January as well. So I think I'm gonna pick a card. I just shuffled these. I'm gonna pick a card, and I might attempt to at least start or continue a Dickens book in the month of January. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I might even read just like a couple chapters. We'll see how it ends up working out. But I'm gonna be reading Dickens, is my point. So for the pick, and then the month of January, I should say, we have Arthur Clennam, read a book, then watch the movie / show. And this is perfect because most of Dickens' books have adaptations put to them. And this is even more perfect because, let me put these back in the box. Because the book that I have in mind, which is a book that I already started, I guess I started it in December, is something I want to read, so it'll be perfect because I already started reading it and annotating it, and I can continue to read it / annotate it. And that's David Copperfield. This is technically a reread, but I listened to the audio dramatized version, and I wanted to read it physically, so I did start this one, and I do want to continue to read it, so this is kind of perfect. And now I kind of want to read this book, but I don't have time for that. That is just my little TBR update. I still haven't found a cat book. I will do that and maybe put up a shorts or something about it. I don't know. We'll see. But I have to go. I thought I'd give you that. So we also have David Copperfield on this month's TBR, which might be a little bit of an ambitious thing. And when I put it on the TBR, it doesn't mean I need to finish it. I'm obviously not going to finish it in January, but it's on the TBR as in I want to read it in January.